Hello everyone and welcome to Vic's Tarot Guidance. So in today's video we are going to be doing something cute and we are going to be looking at your future spouse. So we're going to be looking at everything about the person who you will end up marrying. So who will you end up together? That of course means that we are going to be looking at what their energy is like. We're going to be looking at what they are like, their personality, their appearance, so what they look like. And also we are going to be getting some initials and some keywords from this here little sack. So the sack is again making its little appearance on the show today. So also I would like to issue out a little bit of a disclaimer before we begin. This is going to be a shorter reading on this topic and a longer reading on this topic will come later. So this is going to be about like a 20-minute video for each of the piles where we just, dip our toes into their energy, what they're going to be like, what their appearance is going to be like, and I want to get you some initials here as well to just ground this idea a bit more and to get you a more grounded idea basically maybe of who you're going to marry with the initials and with some keywords coming through. And later on I also intend to do this reading more in depth where we really focus and dive deep into each of the piles and look at your dynamic with your future spouse a bit more. We're going to dive deeper into those energies in later videos where we're also going to be looking at how will your life change and what will shift after marriage with your person and how you have to shift in order to also bring this into your life more. But that's not the video for today. Today all that we are doing, we are basically just looking at their personality, looking at their traits, looking at their appearance and their energy. Alrighty, so let's get into it now. For pile number 1 we have the amethyst crystal, so the polished beautiful amethyst crystal for pile number 1. For pile number 2 we have this emerald crystal, the dark greenish emerald crystal. This is pile number 2. For pile number 3 we have the rose quartz crystal, this beautiful polished rose quartz for pile number 3, and for pile number 4 we have the green aventurine crystal. So the green aventurine, it's got a little bit of brown going on over here as well. So this is pile number 4. There you go. So I would just like to invite you right now to take a few deep breaths and reconnect with your body again. Just really try to sink deep into your chair as you're sitting. Just sink deep into your body and into your heart space as well. Just take a few deep breaths from that space, reconnecting from your center. Then maybe just bring the question to mind of who is going to be my future spouse and what are they going to be like, what's their energy going to be like, and what their personality and appearance is going to be like. And then just feel towards which pile is calling to you the very most. That's going to be your pile. And of course, if you would prefer to pick with timestamps, there are also timestamps down in the description box below this video. So if you feel called to, this is the time to pause the video and take a few more moments to pick your pile. And if you already know which pile you want to go with, I'll see you guys in your chosen piles. Hello, my beautiful amethyst crystal or pile number 1. So if you have picked this beautiful polished amethyst, this is going to be your reading for who is going to be your future spouse. What are their characteristics, what's their personality going to be like, and what is their appearance going to be like. So let's get into it. Of course, as always, we are starting these types of reading with some animal oracle cards. So let's see for pile number 1, Spirit, what's their future spouse? Who's going to be their future spouse? What are they going to be like, Spirit? What's their future spouse going to be like for pile number 1? Who's their future spouse? What's their future spouse going to be like? It's going to be their future spouse, their characteristics. All right, so we have the ram coming out for you guys. Right off the bat here, I'm sensing strong Aries energy. It doesn't have to be, of course, but I'm sensing like a strong Aries coming through for you guys here. So let's see what else. Can we get another animal? Is there anything else that wants to come through? Do you want to share anything else about this person's characteristics and their personality? Spirit. Okay, that's a bit too many. Let's just take this one. Okay, we have a horse as well. Okay, so horse and a ram here for you guys. This is going to be like your overall person's energy. They feel very carefree and very grounded. I'm getting a strong vibe of a person who works in public service in a sense, but also in a way of helping people. I'm getting like strong doctor vibes with both of these cards. So the profession that your spouse might be in is a doctor of some kind. It feels like they are someone who likes to help people, but they are also very independent. They like to solve puzzles. They have that gravitas, let's say, that gravitas that doctors usually have, at least like good doctors, when they tell you different facts about, you know, if someone is sick, they have that kind of attitude about explaining things to you, while at the same time, in a way, staying very human and very open and very loving, but not loving in a maternal take care vibe, but mostly just, you know, loving in the sense that is more masculine, in the sense that is taking care of you almost. And that's this kind of vibe that I'm getting from both of these cards. Like your person seems like they are going to be very independent. They are going to really like their freedom, and they're going to like to spend time in nature. I'm sensing like hiking, going for long walks, maybe walks for hours, climbing mountains as well is something that resonates with this card, and this one as well, of course, because the ram. But there is a strong connection to the outdoors. There is a strong connection to spending time outdoors and spending time in nature, especially around mountains here, and walking basically, or maybe hiking. That's something that is coming out very strongly here. And your person feels like they are very grounded, as I said before, very freedom loving, very independent, very grounded. They're a person also who really likes to solve puzzles, and they feel like they are very protective of the people who are around them as well here with the ram card. What else? They feel like they are not someone who charges into battle or is overly impulsive. They feel like very guarded as well, but also sociable, if that makes sense. Like your person is a bit of an ambivert, so they don't feel like they are an introvert per se, but they're also not your typical extroverted person here. They feel like they are someone who is somewhere in the middle and is keeping that middle very well. So they are someone who likes to hang with people and they feel very much connected to people, but also they don't seek out public spaces as much. Like they want to and prefer to spend time inside as well, spend time with their selected few, their selected family. But overall, like your person also feels like they have some type of a job, or are going to have a type of a job where they serve others, where they help others. So this might be a doctor, a lawyer, maybe even a professor for some of you. I'm getting like this weird message of a professor of architecture for some of you with the horse here. But yeah, that's it. Maybe also a professor of economics, jiving more into the ram category over here. So those are the images, the feelings that I'm getting from these cards. So let's see what else comes through. So for pile number 1, Spirit, what is their future spouse going to be like? What's their personality going to be like? What's their personality going to be like? Also with the ram here, I'm like getting a surgeon vibe as well. Like someone who likes to solve puzzles and someone who likes to help others, but the end goal is not necessarily, you know, helping others. The end goal is to solve a puzzle in a way, and that's the type of vibe that I'm getting from your person here. Also maybe helping other people, like helping them in terms of other service. Maybe a therapist as well would be something that goes well with your person, although they are not so very touchy-feely, so they would be a very straightforward therapist, so approaching the human mind more like a puzzle to be solved than something that is, you know, forming connections. So they would look at the human mind and at their clients more like problems and puzzles to be solved, puzzles to be helped. That does not, that the fact that they don't, you know, value connection as much, or wouldn't value connection so much with their clients, does not mean that they're a bad person. It just means that they prefer to solve puzzles and they prefer to engage with the world in that way. Alright, so pile number 1, Spirit. So we have the Fool in reverse coming through. Let's see what else. What is their personality, their appearance going to be like? What's their personality, their appearance going to be like? So for pile number 1, Spirit, their future spouse, what are they going to be like? Okay. The future spouse. What are they going to be like, the future spouse, for pile number 1, Spirit? So yes, I mean, I'm already getting so many confirmations here about what I was saying. That's a bit too many, but let's take this one as well. Okay, maybe that's enough for now. Also, the 2 of Cups on the bottom deck is the bottom deck energy for you guys. Okay. Before we get into these cards, I was also getting a message regarding these 2 cards, regarding their appearance. So I'm getting like this feeling that your person is going to have like really curly hair for some of you, and they're going to have like those like incredibly curly hair and short hair, and it's going to be brownish, so dark brownish color. Or for others of you, it also might be that your person is going to be a different age than you, and there is going to be quite a big age gap for you guys. That's what I'm just getting from the energy from these 2 cards here. But let's get into these 2 cards, all of these cards here now. So the Fool. With the Fool, I'm sensing that your person is not someone who is going to just be very impulsive or be very spontaneous. They're going to be a very planned person. They're going to be someone who really prepares, who really thinks things through before they do them. They're going to be incredibly prepared person. They are not going to want to take risks. They're going to have their day planned out, and they're going to want to communicate with you about that a lot as well. So about how you want to spend your day, what you want to do, what you want your future to look like, and so on. So they're a person who looks forward, who really likes to plan ahead for their future as well. Here with this card, just like off the bat, like I'm getting an INTJ type of personality from these cards here. So if you know Myers-Briggs, like an ENTJ or an INTJ is very strongly resonating with this group here. So someone who really likes to prepare, someone who is more of a thinker, someone who is also very intuitive and likes solving puzzles, someone who is like a bit of an introvert but also a bit of an extrovert, that's driving more into the ENTJ category here, but ultimately someone who likes to prepare, someone who likes to talk to others, someone who likes to talk about facts and convey facts to others about how things are. I'm talking about conveying facts to others. I'll show you if I can get this card up. So we have the Queen of Swords here. So your person is a very factual person, and they are going to be someone who is going to want to share the things that they know with you. They're going to want to share their stories. These stories are going to be based on their life, their circumstances, maybe their job, and what they have lived through today. And they're going to want to convey a lot of knowledge to you as well here with the Queen of Swords coming through for you guys. Also with the Magician, like your person is going to have maybe like a bit of a superhero complex almost, I'm sensing. Like the superhero complex that is usually sensed in surgeons and, you know, doctors of the type, maybe also lawyers sometimes, because like they get that high out of helping people. And that's what I'm getting with this card. So your person might be getting like a real high from helping people because they really like to solve puzzles with the Magician, and they really like to turn things around and manifest new life for their patients, basically for their clients. So they're going to feel like really they are on top of the world in regards to their profession. They're going to feel very connected to their profession as well here, I'm sensing with this Magician card. They're going to feel like, yeah, I helped you, and that's that feeling of helping someone, that's going to be something that is really hitting close to home for your person. They're going to feel very connected to that energy of helping someone and of being very humanistic and, you know, helping people, doing something for the collective, doing something for the people. They're going to really resonate with this. But with the Magician here, they're also going to like really resonate by actually doing something. Like they are going to resonate by not spiritual work, but more like practical daily work in the material, physical reality, physical dimension, which is also why I feel so drawn to this idea of a doctor for you guys. Also here we have the Star card. So your person is indeed going to be very humanistic. They're going to be a person who loves to help others, who likes to connect with others. But as I said, they're not going to be in it for the human connection so much. They're not going to be focused on this connection between humans. They're mostly going to be focused on this puzzle solving, this ability to solve the puzzle that someone is struggling with and resolve it and help make their lives better. So they also are really going to be the type of person who really enjoys helping others, who really likes to lend a helping hand, and who is in the sense very practical and very understanding of humans here. Yeah. So yeah, they're really going to have a strong understanding of humans, but they're not going to be the type of person to seek out human connection so much. They're going to prefer to stick to the puzzle solving aspect of help. Okay, also here we have the Ace of Cups. So this is telling me that your person is going to be really connected to their source. They're going to be a very integrated person. They're going to feel very nice to you as well. Like they're going to feel like home to you when you are near them. And they're going to basically make you feel very calm and very serene when you are near them. Also because they will have this strong root chakra, basically. I'm sensing like this strong root, strong groundedness of their energy in the physical dimension. So this is basically what this card is saying. Your person is going to be good at talking about their emotions as well. Here I'm sensing they're also going to be someone who facilitates others talking about their emotions here with these two cards. So we have also the Six of Cups and the Knight of Cups in reverse. So this to me is saying that your person is going to be someone who is really going to help facilitate other people talking about their emotions. They're going to be a very good listener, but once again, they're going to be very analytical about this. They're going to be very analytical and approaching problems from the I'm going to help you solve this perspective, not I'm just going to listen out and hear you ramble out. Like they're going to be process oriented, they're going to be solution oriented. All right, so that's what I'm getting here from these two cards. Also we have the Nine of Wands coming up reversed for you guys, and this to me is saying that your person might sometimes be a bit of a workaholic at certain phases of their life. Maybe when they are stressed or dealing with an issue, it feels like your person is going to cope with that by engaging in work, by using work in order to make themselves feel better, using work in order to just relax and to take their mind off things that might not really be working out in their personal life. They might also be someone who takes on a lot more than they can handle sometimes. They can take on a lot of different tasks and then sometimes feel overwhelmed or feel overworked. So this is another aspect of your person's personality or your spouse's personality that is coming to the surface here. So they might take on a lot of tasks, a lot of jobs. They might also just be someone who is incredibly busy in their day-to-day life, and they have to, in a way, incorporate this into their personal life as well. So they have to learn, in a sense, to have a good life and work balance as well, and this is going to be something that they might sometimes struggle with as well, and this might be something that you get to help them with as well. So this life and work balance here. All right, so let's see what else is coming up from your person. We're going to be getting some initials from this little sack thingy and some keywords as well here. So for pile number 1, Spirit, I'm just going to shuffle it a little bit. Just going to do it like this. So let's shuffle a bit and then just get a few initials. So for pile number 1, Spirit, pile number 1, who's their future spouse? Okay. So let's just get these down here. Alrighty. So we have yoga coming through for you guys. So your person might be into yoga or some other cardio. They might also be into judo or wrestling of some kind. but they will be very much into physical activity as well. They're going to be into taking care of their bodies. They're going to be into taking care of themselves, helping their body feel good, helping their body like really develop and have all the nutrients. So they're going to be quite focused on the physical, and the physical of course also includes their body here. You also have the mother here, so they're going to have like that aspect of taking care of people, but again, as I said, they're not going to be coming from this from a divine feminine perspective, but more like a divine masculine. I'm going to fix this problem for you that you are having way. So while they're going to be very caring and very humanistic and very connected to people, and they're going to be helping people, they're not going to be so how shall I put it, so motherly or so nurturing. They are going to be more factual. We also have emotional here, so this to me is saying that your person is going to be very emotional. They're not necessarily going to share these emotions with everyone, and they're going to prefer to keep them for their inner circle here with the Knight of Cups reversed. But they're going to be very good at talking about emotional issues with someone. They're going to be a very good listener as well, but they are going to be someone who is going to have to learn to not solve other people's problems, but also to listen to them. While that is the case, like they don't feel like they're going to have a lot of problems with this. That's just something that they're going to learn throughout their lives, and then like they're going to be a very good conversationalist, someone who you can really talk to about deep emotional and personal issues, and they're going to be someone who listens, even though like sometimes they might also try to help you and try to solve your problem in a way, or help you solve your problem. You also have stars here, so your person might enjoy moon gazing or looking at the stars as well. They might really enjoy telescopes, or you know, just looking at the stars, meteor gazing. What else? Yeah, basically just those things, like maybe also sleeping outside in tents in nature. That's something that's also coming through, also with the star card over here. You know, just being in nature. Your person does feel like someone who is very connected to nature here. We also have the Maiden coming through. And this feels like they're going to be very gentle to you. The Maiden feels like they're going to really be gentle and possibly also very shy at first when they meet you, because like I'm getting this shyness out of this card, or this keyword, like this shyness about, you know, meeting someone new and not knowing how to especially talk to them and how to be around them and how to conduct oneself around the other person. So that's the type of energy that I'm getting from your person here. Like they're going to be very shy at first when they meet you, because they are going to feel like this strong emotional pull towards you, and that's going to be something that's not so common for them. And yeah, they're just going to be very connected to you in regards to that as well. I also have here the wise old woman or the wise old man. So a bit of a sage. Your person is going to have a lot of knowledge, a lot of understanding. They're going to maybe feel like a old soul for you as well. Like they're going to be the type of person who does not connect with their childhood friends or with their teenage friends. They might even be someone who is more into books, who prefers learning when they are a teen, who does not resonate with going outside and playing with different types of kids. and they're basically just going to be someone who is resonating more with the older population than they are. They're maybe also going to feel like they were never really a kid. They never had like the kid consciousness, that feeling of just being let go and not really worrying about everything. They feel like they're always going to have that seriousness about them. Even as a child, even as a teenager, your person going to be someone who is going to be serious as well. So we also have Sagittarius here coming through. So your person might be a Sagittarius. They also might be, as I said, an Aries or an Aquarius here with these cards coming through. But yes, Sagittarius here. They might also be an air sign for some of you. So what else? We also have the Earth, Gaia. So this is a confirmation of what I was saying about them being more physical, them being more connected to the earth, be more connected to this physical dimension, the physicality of things, things being grounded, things being settled, things being graspable in a sense. Like they're going to really enjoy working and doing things that are graspable. All right, what else? So we also have Venus coming through. This is again letting me feel like they are someone who is able to connect with other people well, someone who is able to feel into others, someone who is able to understand others, someone who is here to, in a way, alleviate suffering, help people through their suffering and help people overcome their suffering, just not in the way of relating emotionally so much as more like solving puzzles for people. Also we have here expansion. So this to me is saying that your person is going to be someone who is really going to expand you, and you're going to be someone who is also going to really expand your person. So you two coming together, you're really going to work well with each other here as well, because yeah, we have the Two of Cups as the bottom deck energy. So you might be looking at a soulmate even here. But yeah, your person is going to be someone who is going to really expand you, who is going to expand your horizons, who is going to expand your knowledge of the world, and you're going to do the same for them. It's almost like you're going to fill out the holes in each other's lives, or the holes that the other is lacking. The other person is going to, you know, fill them with their own skill. So that's what I'm getting for you guys. So let's get into these before we get into the initials. So we also have the helper here. So this is Enneagram number 2, the helper. So your person is, as I have said before, going to be a helper towards others. They're going to be motivated by helping, by doing things for others, by solving things for others. And your person also feels like they're also going to be like very giving towards others as well. Like they're going to be filled up by giving and helping others. And we also have the leader coming through, or Enneagram number 8 here. So your person is going to be someone who does tend to have a good skill at leading others. They are not coming out as a strong leader or boss, but they're just going to coming out as more like a manager, or someone who does have a high position in a sense, but someone who is not a leader, like a boss or a manager of a big firm. They're going to be someone who is going to be a bit more connected to the people they live with. They're going to be very connected to the person or the people in their workplace. Not too emotionally connected, of course, but they are going to have like a really good relationship with the people that they work with. That's what I'm sensing here from the leader card. And you're also like your person is going to have strong leadership skills. They are going to be very assertive as well. They are just, you know, not going to be motivated to be a boss type figure here. All right, so now for the initials. These might be yours or theirs. So we have S coming through. We also have here the number O, orthodontist. I just heard for some reason, so orthodontist. We also have E, engineer, Eric. We have M, molasses. Why am I hearing weird things? We have D, so doctor maybe, as I was saying before, doctor, detective also, Dexter, Dietrich. We have the number U, oops, sorry, for those of you that are German or Austrian watching this channel. We also have F, florist. I'm hearing also like flowers, so your person might be someone who enjoys flowers, who also enjoys plants in general here. And we have V, so Victor, Veronica, Valerie, V. Veterinarian also. That might be something that also resonates for your person here. Alrighty. So yes, that's all I have for you today, my lovely pile number 1. This has been your short and quicker reading into the energy of who is going to be your future spouse. This was not very in-depth, I know, but we're going to be looking at more in-depth things in other readings when I have a little bit more time to really give this and every pile like the energy and the attention that you deserve. But I still wanted to get this reading out. I wanted to get you a little something because I felt really guided to do this reading for you guys. So yeah, that's it. I hope this reading resonated, and I hope to see you again in another one of my videos. Like this video again if you would like to, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And if you would like a personal reading from me, all the information about that is in the description box below this video. So have a wonderful day, and I do hope to see you again in another one of my videos. Take care, you guys. Bye bye. Mwah. Hello, my beautiful pile number 2, or if you have picked this beautiful dark green emerald crystal, this is going to be your reading for who will you marry, who is going to be your future spouse, who will you end up with together. So as always on this channel, we are going to start this reading with some animal oracles to see what your person's energy is going to be like. So for pile number 2, Spirit, we're asking the question, okay, so we have the fire dragon about their future spouse. So for pile number 2, Spirit, future spouse, pile number 2's future spouse. One more card. What are they going to be like? What's their energy going to be like, Spirit? What's your energy going to be like for pile number 2? For pile number 2, so the green emerald crystal. All right. So we have the swan as well as this fire dragon. Very interesting combination of cards here. So let's get into this. So let's see with the fire dragon. Let's start here. With the fire dragon, I'm sensing that your person is going to be very impulsive, like they're going to have a lot of feelings, and they're going to be very mutual in their changing energy. They're going to be a type of person whose energetic field and energy and emotional state and the mood changes very quickly. That does not mean that they're going to be unstable. They're just going to be someone who is able to transmute certain feelings really quickly and shift them into something else, or completely like shift them and let them go. So your person is going to be quite an amazing energy worker here with their own energy, but also I'm feeling like with the energy of other people, like they're going to be very good at transmuting the energy of other people and transmuting their own energy here. With the fire dragon, I'm also sensing that they will be into sports. So your person will be very sporty. They will be maybe into basketball or football or related sports. So something where they have to, in a way, compete with other people. Sorry about the noise. There is someone just doing something upstairs, just fixing something. So I'm sorry if you feel some hammering, that's that. So feel free to disregard that, please. But yes, like with this fire dragon, I'm sensing like your person is going to be very sporty, like they're really going to enjoy different sports. They're really going to enjoy sporty activities. They're going to enjoy the competition of sport as well here. So they might also be turning out to be some type of an athlete or something of that nature here. While that's going to be going on this side, of course, on the other side we have the swan coming up for them. So this is to me saying that they are going to be still very emotional and very sensitive within. So they feel like they are going to be a person who feels things very deeply, who connects with other people very deeply as well. So they're going to be a very sensitive soul who is also in a way very impulsive and very passionate. Like they're going to have a lot of passion here with the fire dragon, but they're also going to have a lot of gentleness and softness for the people who they consider to be closest to them, who they consider to be their closest friends or their closest family, basically. And this is what I'm getting with this swan, just very much gentleness, a lot of care and feeling of wanting to protect those who are close to you, those who are around you as well. They feel like they're going to be someone who works in human resources almost as well, if not in sports. Maybe sport is like going to be a hobby for them, but they're also going to really enjoy working with people, helping people. They might be someone who is going to be a therapist maybe as well, or a kindergarten teacher, or like a teacher of children, because it feels like your person is also going to be very good with kids. They're going to be very easy with kids. They're going to be a kind of person who finds it natural to connect with kids, who almost like naturally connects with kids, who kids love and kids really like to listen to because they feel like they have a lot to offer. And they feel understood basically there. So the kids are going to really like your person here as well, because your person is going to have that feeling of being able to convey oneself to the other person. They're also going to be quite a creative person, but not creative in the sense of the natural way of, you know, painting something. They're going to be creative in other ways, which might also turn up in sports here, in ways, you know, that are going to allow them to get the higher ground in terms of some things. Maybe, you know, yeah, playing sports, like using different moves and being creative with those moves to get ahead or get points for your team and so on. But also like your person is going to be very loyal here, I'm sensing. They're going to be a homebody. They're going to be someone who is mating for life, someone who is wanting that one soulmate and wants to be with that soulmate for the rest of their lives. They're going to really value their spouse here, which is you, of course. So they're going to really value your company. They're really going to want to spend a lot of time together with you as well. They're going to really enjoy spending time with you. They're going to be you know, putting a lot of effort into you two being together here as well. Your person does feel like they are a bit, how do I want to put this, pensive also. Like they're a person who likes to think about deep questions. They're a person who likes to think deep, period. Like they are very pensive, which may sometimes be almost melancholic a bit. Like they are quite deep people, even though like sometimes on the surface it might seem like they are just this fiery person who likes really just enjoys sports and that's it. But underneath it all, when you get to know them, they are really deep. They have a lot going on. They're able to feel really deeply into other people as well here, and they are a bit melancholic. They're a bit pensive as well. So yes, that's what I'm getting here from your person, from their energies. Also, I'm sensing from both of these cards, I'm sensing that they might have brownish hazel eyes. So yes, that's only like in regards to their appearance. Okay, so Spirit, what else can you tell us about pile number 2's future spouse, about their personality, their appearance? What do you want to tell us about pile number 2's future spouse? What are they going to be like? Pile number 2 Spirit, what's their future spouse going to be like for pile number 2 Spirit? Pile number 2. Okay, so we have the Page of Wands. Again, someone very passionate. Okay, what else? Yeah. Okay. What else for pile number 2 for their future spouse, Spirit? Pile number 2 for their future spouse. What can you tell us? Okay, that's a bit too many. Let's just take less. Okay, for pile number 2 Spirit, what can you tell us about pile number 2's future spouse, their personality, their appearance? Okay. Can you tell us about pile number 2? Their future spouse, please. Oops. All right, their future spouse. Okay. Alrighty. That's it. So let's get into these cards first. So we have the Page of Wands, as said before. We also have here the 5 of Cups. This is like a confirmation of what I was saying before, that your person is going to be someone who is very pensive, also someone who is going to be drawn to melancholia and similar emotions. They're going to be someone who almost takes pleasure in this melancholic moments or melancholic movies, melancholic poems. Like they're going to be a bit of a poem, maybe even a poem, yes. They're going to be a poet themselves. Like they're going to be very deep. They're going to be able to feel into things really deeply and really strongly, which is going to be a really big plus, because you know they're going to be someone who is very creative, someone who is able to really understand others and connect with them and feel into them. But this is going to also make them seem like they are a bit solitary or a lone wolf, or almost like isolated. Like your person is going to give that isolated vibe. They might also be someone who really enjoys standing out here with this 5 of Cups, and they might enjoy being dressed in black as well from time to time, especially when they are going to be in these more pensive moods here. But also with the Page of Wands, they're going to be someone who can relate to children very much, to that playful energy of children. That's what's coming up with this card. So they're going to be very much a child happy person. Like they're going to be able to really relate to children easily. And like as you can already see, like your person has a range here. Like they have a huge range. Like we came from this fire to this pensiveness, and as I said before, they're going to be able to transmute this and play with these energies like you have not seen before. So your person is going to be really special in regards to all of this, in regards to being able to live on so many different levels, live in so many different emotional spheres, in so many moods, in so many dimensions, and to be able to shift this so quickly and so easily. Also, what else? So we have the Nine of Pentacles, and this is making me feel like your person is going to really enjoy the finer things in life. They might even be a Taurus, so they might enjoy good food, good drinks, like they might also really enjoy the taste of food. They might enjoy like very nice things, just, you know, being well taken care of. That's what I'm feeling from this card. You're also going to be someone who can connect with animals very deeply, someone who can feel into the lives of animals also very deeply here. And they are going to be very well off. Like, I'm not saying that they are going to be like making a hell of a lot of money, but they're going to be really well off here with this Nine of Pentacles. So your person is going to be quite prosperous, like they're going to be having money. They're going to have that type of energy where money does come easily for them as well. Also with the Page of Pentacles, I'm sensing that your person is going to be someone who is slow moving, someone who is sometimes a bit of a dreamer before an actor of type. So they're going to enjoy thinking about things, thinking about doing things, and just daydreaming about doing things before they actually do them, or in spite of, you know, actually doing them. So your person is going to think about things a hell of a lot more than they are going to do them. So they're going to be maybe looking as a bit of a slacker at times from the perspective of other people who are more of a workaholic type of a personality, but your person is just going to be there, just someone who is going to enjoy thinking about doing things and thinking about how they want to do them before they actually do them, if they ever do them. Just they're going to just, you know, enjoy thinking about that and not actually carrying it out, not actually doing these things that they are thinking about doing. Also, we have here the Knight of Wands, which is again like making me think of some type of a sport or some type of football league or a basketball league or something of that nature. So your person does feel like they're going to be very much into sports. They're going to be someone who is into exercise, someone who is into exercising their body, doing things with their body, just breaking out in that sweat. That's going to be something that your person really enjoys. They might also really enjoy running, exercising themselves, just pushing their body to that next limit here with the Knight of Wands. They're also going to be someone who is very physical, I'm sensing. So what else? What else? Spirits, we have the Empress card coming through. So this to me is feeling like your person is also going to be someone who is able to take care of themselves really well. If you're thinking about a woman, I'm feeling like she is going to have blonde hair, like long hair, blonde hair. And if you're thinking about a man, like I'm sensing like dark black hair, but also like for some others of you, just very soft brownish hair, like just light brownish hair color, almost hazel, almost like hazel of their eyes as well. But yeah, as I was saying, your person is going to be very good into self-care. They're going to be very nurturing as well, and they're going to have that feminine energy down to a T, which is again like such a contradiction here, because I was just talking about this strong masculine impulse, you know, the sport, doing sports, that's a really strong masculine impulse in a sense. And then we have the Empress here, which is like, what, how can you be able to be all of this? But yes, your person is, they're going to be all of this. They're going to be very sporty, very physical, very physically active, very energetic, bodily, but they're also like going to be very calm and very serene, very gentle, very self-caring, and able to listen to others and able to respect others for their own individuality and for who they are. They're really going to have that divine feminine understanding of people and that divine feminine energy of acceptance and allowance down to a T here. Also, your person is going to be with the Eight of Pentacles, very hard working. Like, yes, I know I said they're going to be a bit of a slacker here while thinking about these problems, but this is in regards to the things that they are going to be very passionate about. So in regards to things that they're really passionate about, they're going to be a very hard worker. They're going to be very focused about the things that they are passionate about. Also, with the Page of Pentacles, it feels as though your person might have a lot of different interests. Also with the Nine of Pentacles and with the Page of Pentacles, that's coming off now very strongly. Like your person is going to have a lot of different interests, and they're going to be thinking about a lot of these different interests a lot of the time, but they are going to be working hard on that selected one or two interests that means the world to them, that really fills them up and that really makes them feel good about themselves and what they are doing and how they want to continue their life, that really helps them fill themselves up. And that's something that they're really going to feel guided to as well. So yes, that's it for your person. Let's see what these little keywords and initials have to say. So I'm just going to shuffle this up first, and then let's see what we get, what Spirit wants us to know. So for pile number 1, Spirit, for pile number 1, what can you tell us about their personality, their appearance, who they're going to be, who's pile number 2, person, future spouse. Right, Spirit. Okay. So let's get into this. Just want to pull this out. Okay. Alrighty. So let's get into this first. Let's get into these cards first and then into the initials. So first of all, we have a warrior coming through. So your person is going to be a warrior of light, a warrior in their physical form as well. They're going to be someone who does things passionately all the time. They're going to be someone who is very strong, very passionate, very opinionated about some things that they feel strongly about as well here. But yeah, like they're going to have that fire energy of the warrior, that fire energy of the dragon down to a T. We also have Jupiter here. So your person might be a Sagittarius. They don't, of course, have to be, but we have Jupiter here, which means that they are going to have a lot of good luck in their life. Like they're going to be, from the perspective of other people, like really lucky. Like they're going to be meeting people who end up really helping them in their life, and they're going to be someone who is in a way very expansive in their energy, someone who does grow all the time, someone who doesn't stop growing mentally, physically, emotionally, and so on. So they're going to be a very expansive person, a very worldly person, I'm sensing as well. And they're going to be someone you notice, someone who sticks in your mind, someone who in a way you connect to very deeply, someone who you can really connect to and you're drawn to them here with the Jupiter coming through. Also here we have the Artist coming through. So this is the Enneagram number 4. So the Artist, so as I already said, your person is going to be quite a poet here with the 5 of Cups, and they're going to be very melancholic at times. They're also going to be someone who is very romantic, who is drawn to that romanticism, to romantic energy, maybe even to romanticizing their partner sometimes, which might be a bit of a shadow of your person, but that's just the energy that they are going to be in. Like they're going to be someone who writes poetry, for example, someone who likes to express themselves artistically in artistic words, or maybe even in made-up words. But your person is going to be something different. Like they're going to really want to express themselves in some artistic way that is also not completely common to everyday person. You also have the Loyalist here. This is the Enneagram number 6, and your person is going to like be very loyal, but also they are going to be someone who questions the status quo. I'm sensing here they're going to be someone who questions if things are done correctly, and they're going to be someone who really wants to also, in a sense, improve upon those things. Like they're not going to be someone who just goes with the flow, goes with what everyone else is doing, what everyone else is saying. What everyone else is saying might be good or cool. Like your person feels like they're going to question things for themselves, and then do those things that they feel are right, or that they feel are going to enable the society to move forward. So almost like a revolutionary energy, but more like in the backstage. So not so much up in the front, but more like backstage, thinking about it, and then maybe showing those things in their artistic pursuits, in what they are going to be writing or creating. We also have here the Ruler coming through. So we also have like control, provide, structure, and self. So your person might also be quite a ruler. So maybe a role model, or maybe they might also be drawn to political pursuits, or any type of a leader pursuits, maybe a manager of people as well. They do feel also like someone who is going to really enjoy the finer things in life. So they do have almost like a few aristocratic tendencies here. So your person is really going to like good food and good drinks and good company and all of those things. But most of all, like they're going to enjoy being a role model for others here with the Ruler. So that's basically the energy that I am sensing from this. They're going to enjoy to provide for other people. They're going to like to structure things for other people as well, and to provide that cocoon where others can grow and develop themselves. You also have the Magician archetype coming through, which is power, leaving a mark, and self again. And this Magician, this actually means that your person is going to be more along the archetype of a visionary or an inventor, or someone who is also a very charismatic leader or a healer of some kind. So someone who helps others, but helping is not just not the end goal. Basically, helping is not the only end goal. There is this bigger end goal that is questioning the status quo, asking how things can be done differently, how things can be healed, how the world can be developed, how the world can be improved in a sense. And your person is here going to be a big visionary. They're going to be an inventor of some kind. Maybe not an inventor as an engineer, but an inventor of something going on in the psyche, because they do feel like they are very connected with the moods, with people, with atmosphere. So it might be that they are going to be some type of a healer visionary, some type of engineer of spirituality, maybe even here. All right, so let's see what else we have here in regards to these initials. So these might be your initials, or they might be your person's initials, but let's get into it. So we have U. So only you I'm hearing. Your person is going to be very connected, as I was saying before, to you, to their mate as well. We also have O coming through. We have the letter K. I'm hearing kitchen, so your person might enjoy cooking for you. They might enjoy making food, making good food, cooking with you as well. We also have the letter R. So radiologist I'm hearing. So for some of you, your person might be a doctor or working with radiology. Also, I'm hearing Rick for some of you, so that might be just a name that is coming through. We have the letter N, so I'm now hearing Nick. Nichols also, so your person might be into collecting things as well. That might be one of their hobbies, you know, collecting things, doing things with their hands, with their collection. Also have Epsilon coming through for you guys. We also have, oops, sorry, letter T coming through for you guys. Telephone I'm hearing. So it also might be that your person is going to be working in telemarketing. And we have the letter P coming through here. I'm also sensing like for some of you, your person is going to be into house rental things, or you know, that type of like investing into houses and things like that, like a real estate agent or something like that. That's something that's also coming through very strongly here for some of you. Also I'm hearing Paul, Ted for you here as well. I also have Fee here. Ferd, Fidero, I don't know, these are just weird names that are coming to me. And for B, oh sorry, so we have B as well. I'm hearing Bob. Also this is making me really think of Bob's Burgers now, so it might be that your person is going to be someone who also enjoys watching those types of shows like Bob's Burgers, maybe Rick and Morty as well. Just something that is coming through. Also I'm so sorry about the sound upstairs, but that's okay because we are done with our reading now. So yes, thank you for listening. I hope this reading was fun for you. I hope it resonates, I guess. I don't know. Let me know how it goes with your future husband, and let me know then if this reading resonated, if this is the one for you guys. Also, if you would like to share something in the comment section down below, feel free to share. So I'm always happy to get comments from you guys to hear what you have to say. And if you like this reading, please give it a big thumbs up down below. Also subscribe to this channel for more similar pick a card readings coming your way in the future. And of course, if you would like a personal reading from me, all the information is also in the description box below. So without further ado, I'd just like to wish you a very good day. Make sure to keep an eye out for a longer future spouse video coming your way in the coming months. And I'll see you guys in one of my next videos. Take care and have a good day. Bye-bye. Mwah. Hello, my beautiful pile number 3. If you have picked this gorgeous rose quartz crystal, the polished rose quartz, this is going to be your reading for your future spouse. So we're going to be asking the question of who will you marry, who will you end up with together, and we're going to be asking what your future spouse's energy is going to be like, what are they going to be like, what's their personality going to be like, and also a little dive into what their appearance is going to be like. So what are they going to look like? All right. So let's get into it now. For pile number 3, the rose quartz crystal. So spirit, source, what is their future spouse going to be like? Who is their future spouse going to be? What are they going to be like? Spirit. Okay. So we have a lot coming through. Let's just take this one. So we have the wolf coming through for you guys. All right, what else? Okay, so we're going to take these two as well. So we also have the otter here coming through, and we have the fox coming through for you guys as well here. All right, so let me just move this a little bit out of the way here so that we make a bit more room for everything. All right, so we have, as said, the wolf, the otter, and the fox coming through. So with the wolf already, I'm sensing like your person is going to be indeed incredibly loyal. They are going to be a very serious and responsible person as well. They're going to take a lot of care and confidence out of taking care of their family. They're also going to be a person who is very family oriented, I'm sensing here with the wolf. So your person is first of all going to be incredibly family oriented and also quite a hard worker. But also that's not going to be all. Like they're also going to be very playful and wonderful. They're going to have a bit of a seriousness about them, seriousness regarding work. And they also like feel like they could be doing anything for their career. So career-wise, your person feels like almost like they would fit into any type of category. Like they feel like they would really be able to mold themselves really well to what the environment wants them to be like. They are going to be a person who also works very well with others, who is able to really work in a collaboration with others very nicely and handles any type of interdisciplinary collaboration with other people nicely as well. But overall they're going to be very loyal to their craft, loyal to their family, loyal to themselves and what they feel is right for them as well. Also with the otter here and also with the fox, like I'm sensing they're going to be an incredibly playful human being. Like they're going to really enjoy life for what it is. They're going to be an incredibly playful, incredibly, how shall I put this? Like they're going to be making jokes, it feels like, all the time, but like jokes in the sense of really smart puns as well. Like these are not going to be like silly jokes, and they are going to be like silly jokes from time to time, but it's not like they're going to be silly jokes all the time. These more feel like your person is going to be making really smart, whimsical, punny, really clever and witty jokes most of the time. Like they're going to be someone who is making really smart and witty puns, and someone who is also very wise in understanding humans and human behavior with the fox and the wolf over here, but also like very wise in reading the energies, reading the energy of the room, for example. So they're going to be someone who is going to be very intuitive as well with this otter card over here. So they are going to feel into the energy of the people around them a lot. They feel like they could be very prosperous in situations such as therapies and similar things. So your person might be someone who is guided towards psychotherapy, for example, or some type of activity where they help others. Maybe also a nurse is something that they might resonate with here, or a type of healer, or a type of just someone who helps others and is in connection with others, basically. Because like they do feel like they're a bit solitary at times, but overall they do like to work with others. I'm sensing here with the wolf and the otter. Like they are someone who likes to play with others. They are like to be someone who likes to jump and shuffle the ideas off of the people. So someone who likes to ping pong their ideas with other people as well. So yes, what else was I wanting to say? Like, yeah, with the author returning to their ability to feel very intuitively and deeply into people, this feels like your person is someone who is an empath, someone who feels very deeply into the people around them, someone who can very much sense into the energy of the people around them, someone who can really recognize tone and read tone very well, someone who can also feel into the energy of the room and the energy of the person really, really well. So they pick up on like really tiny signals often about people who are around them, and they then can translate this as well into some type of an intuitive knowing and understanding of that person that they are with. Also, like with the fox, I feel like, yeah, like I said, they're going to be very playful person. They might also be someone who is a bit older than you. Like all of these cards have like these little white flakes going on around their fur. So it feels like your person might be someone who is a little bit older than you, maybe even a silver fox. So you might marry into with someone who where there is like an age gap of sorts. Again, I'm sorry about the sound going up ahead. There is just something that needs to be fixed in the house. But yeah, your person is also going to be someone who is very cheerful, who is decides to look on the brighter side of life, someone who is optimistic, someone who is joyful about life, someone who is a cheerful person, someone who likes to look on the bright side of life. I also just heard always look on the bright side of life, like that song. That's how your person feels to me from this fox here. What else? I feel like I'm missing something here. Yeah, like with the wolf. Like with the wolf, I'm getting a strong feeling of academia and academic interests as well. So your person might also be someone who takes on a certain career, but not someone who goes into the career to become a professor, but someone who just loves to learn. That's what I'm sensing here with the wolf. So someone who likes to learn, someone who likes to pursue knowledgeable degrees and pursue knowledge, someone who just likes to know things, likes to know how things are done, likes to know how things are handled, and that types of situations. Your person doesn't feel like they are too much into the culture of academia, as I was saying. Like that would be more like an owl or bird type of interest, but here it feels like they are a very knowledgeable person. They're going to be someone who knows a lot, someone who is very worldly, and they are going to be someone who also plays well with others. So they're going to be someone who has a lot of emotional intelligence as well here with the author coming through. All right, Spirit. So let's get a few more cards here. Let's get a few more cards telling us who they are. So your person might also have brown eyes here, I'm sensing, or blue or green eyes, basically. Maybe there's also like a mix of these colors, so the bluish and the greenish colors for your person, but mostly I'm just getting like hazel and brownish eyes for your person, along with like more brownish hair color as well. So yes, they also feel like they're going to be quite a lean person, but they're going to have a bit of muscles there. They're just not going to be very muscular. Like pile number 2, I think, is the type of person who is going to be a lot more muscular. But from here, I'm sensing like your person is going to be like that slim person, but also, the slim person with some muscles. So it's not just a slim block, but there is going to be something to hold there. There is just going to be also some strength there to hold you, if you are female, of course, and you enjoy male touches and males holding you, or carrying you or picking you up. Like that's not going to be a problem here. I'm just saying that they're not going to be extremely muscular here, or into sports for that matter. Like your person feels like they are more intellectual, they are more emotional, they are more in tune with their emotional side than their, I want to say masculinity, but it's not masculinity, it's just that warrior type of muscly personality, if that makes sense. So they're not going to be like a muscle man or a muscle woman. They're not going to be so much into sports or physical activity for that matter. Your person feels like they're going to be very calm, very chill. If anything, they're going to be more into yoga here. They're going to be into more chill types of pursuits. Also, walks in nature are something that really does resonate with your person, especially walks in the forest here with the wolf and with the fox coming through. Your person is going to be someone who is going to really enjoy walking in the forest as well. Okay, let's see what else is coming through. So in regards to their energy, so pile number 3 spirit, for pile number 3, what can you tell us about pile number 3's person? Oops. Okay. So we have the 4 of Swords. What else, Spirit? What can you tell us about pile number 3's person? What are they going to be like? What's their future spouse going to be like? What's their future spouse going to be like? So pile number 3's person, what's their future spouse going to be like, Spirit? Okay, what's their future spouse going to be like, Spirit? What's their future spouse going to be like? Okay, maybe one more card, please. One more card, please, Spirit, one more card. What's their future spouse going to be like here? Okay, thank you. Alrighty, so as said, we have the 4 of Swords coming through here. We also have the 10 of Wands in reverse coming through for you guys. We have the 9 of Wands in the upright position here. We also have the Knight of Pentacles coming up for you guys. We have the 8 of Pentacles coming up for you guys, and we have the 3 of Wands coming up for you guys. Okay, so let's get into these energies now. Alrighty, so with the 4 of Pentacles, or 4 of Swords, sorry, with the 4 of Swords, I'm sensing like your person is going to be a very pensive person, an introverted person, someone who thinks a lot, someone who also observes a lot, someone who notices a lot, and someone who needs quite a lot of downtime as well, someone who needs to take care that they do not burn out here with the 10 of Wands as well, because your person is very sensitive. They are an empath. They draw energy in, and they are very sensitive to energy in general coming from other people, so they do have to take care that they do not burn out here with the 10 of Wands reversed coming through for us, because your person feels like they can take on a lot, especially here with the 9 of Wands as well coming through. Like they tend to take on a lot of tasks, a lot of energy, a lot of things to do, a lot of events and everything to carry out. Like they can really almost overwhelm themselves with all of this, and they do need to have that downtime. Like your person is someone who is a very gentle soul, even if they may not appear like that on the surface. Like on the surface they might seem like they are very serious and are not so in tune with people's emotions and in tune with people's energies, but that is not really the case. Like the case is that they are incredibly sensitive, they are incredibly susceptible to feeling into other people's emotions as well, and they feel a lot like they need a lot of downtime, they need a lot of pensive time, they need a lot of a time to just recharge, to just be by themselves, to think things over, to reflect. Also, I'm sensing like your person is a very reflective person, like regarding their emotions, regarding spirituality, and also regarding their physical life in general. Like they're a person who is going to really understand themselves really well. They're going to be someone who also is able to feel into other people, but into oneself very much here as well. Like they're going to be able to be someone who has a great grasp of their own psyche and their own understanding of themselves. Like they're going to be really knowledgeable about what they like, what they dislike, where they are good at, what they are good at, and what they're really bad at, and what they suck at. So that's going to be like a really big advantage for your person in their life here, I'm sensing. They might also be religious for some of you, so take that only if it resonates with you, if you feel like it fits somehow also your position in life and your perspective in life. Because with this card, with this picture over here, I'm getting like strong Christianity vibes from your person. That does not, of course, have to be the case for all of you, but for some of you that is the case. It might also just be that your person is someone who likes to study religion and someone who likes to learn about these types of issues. With the Knight of Pentacles, your person is going to also be someone who is slow moving, someone who does take a lot of time to complete a certain task, someone who is very thoughtful about what type of task they take on and what type of task they like to complete. So they're going to have a lot of time usually and take a lot of time to do something. They're going to be very slow about it. They're going to be very thoughtful about it as well. They're not going to be too impulsive, even though we have like the Three of Wands here, but we are getting to that. Like they're going to be thoughtful about where they put their energy, where they put their attention, what they regard is worth their attention, and so on. So your person is going to be very perceptive and very reflective and understanding of themselves, and they're also going to be someone who does not offer their love or their attention to just everyone. Like they're not going to be, as I said before, very extroverted person, a very people person. While they are going to get along with people really well, they are not going to be someone who, you know, is there just for the enjoyment, just for the talking with a lot of people, with a group. Like they're going to prefer one-on-one sessions or a maximum of 4 people in their little group, so that they can really connect with others, because your person also feels like someone who is really going to value that connection to their group, that connection to the person that they feel a kinship of sorts with. So they're also going to be someone who is quite hard working and really likes to do that deep work, really likes to dive into that deep work here with the Eight of Pentacles. Like your person is going to be very almost picky about the things that they enjoy, picky about the things that they know are for them. But that also means that what they do, they are going to do with a lot of focus and a lot of passion. So yeah, also in regards to their personality, another thing coming through is this Three of Wands here, and this is just telling me that your person is, while they are very, you know, prone to planning, they are also going to really enjoy thinking about different expeditions and traveling with you. Your person is going to be someone who is also going to like to travel a lot. They're going to be someone who can be quite spontaneous within their little box of order, if that makes sense. So they're going to like to make things organized and have things figured out, but also they're going to be someone who is, how shall I put this, spontaneous within their little figure that they are in, within their order that they are in. Like they are going to really enjoy being spontaneous when they know what they can expect. So this doesn't mean that your person is just going to want to travel somewhere on the spur of a moment, but they're going to want to talk to you about where you two want to travel, and then when you decide and buy the tickets and everything of that sort, they're going to be really spontaneous on that trip. So they're going to be spontaneous within a confined space. That's what I wanted to convey before. But yeah, they're going to be very adventurous and very spontaneous in this confined space here with the Three of Wands. They're also going to be very passionate about you, a very passionate and concerned lover. Wow, what even is that? It's not even a word. But yeah, a very passionate lover here. They're going to be very good to you. I'm hearing Spirit say they're going to be a very good lover. They're going to be like a master of that. So yeah, I want to get a few more cards. Like I feel like I'm guided to this deck. So Spirit, what do you want to tell us with this deck? So about pile number 3's future spouse. Spirit, what do you want to share with us about their personality or their appearance? What do you want to share with the Spirit? All right, so we have the Ace of Pentacles here. So your person might, yeah, they might be someone who is very much into spirituality, or at least understands spirituality very well. They are going to, yeah, have this type of a figure. This is what I was wanting to say to you. Like they're going to be quite slim, but also like they're going to have a bit of muscle there, but also like a bit of a belly there. So yeah, that's the type of figure that your person is going to have. They might have long hair for some of you as well, and as I said before, like darker brownish hair. But this card is overall letting me think about spirituality and religious study as well. So your person might be also someone who is very much into religious study. This might be Hinduism and Buddhism, and as I said, Christianity over here as well. So they might be someone who is really engaged within those topics. It doesn't mean that they're a professor or that they are in academia studying this or teaching this, but it does feel like they are contributing quite a lot of their research to these topics. So the topics of spirituality, the topics of religion of I don't know, religious studies and similar aspects. Your person might also be someone who is into philosophy, I'm getting with this card. So they might be into wisdom, philosophy of mind. Also, thinking about different concepts is something that is quite close to your person as well here. So yeah, maybe something else. Spirit, do you want to share something else from this deck? I'm getting like your person might sometimes come off as a bit snobbish with this card, like a bit snobbish, a bit like they are a know-it-all almost, like they're a very intellectual person and they might come off as very knowledgeable, which might translate into a bit of a know-it-all, but that's not their truth. That's not who they are. They just sometimes appear like that to other people, but they are overall a very sweet person, a person who just wants to offer knowledge, a person who just wants to give knowledge to others. They might also just resonate with the career of being a teacher here, with the career of explaining things to other people. That's something I feel is very much resonating with this group. Like someone who feels like they want to guide others, but guide others in their own sphere, in their own field. And this is basically teaching for me personally. This is what teaching is for me, and this is the vibe that I'm getting from your person. So a teacher type of vibe, a professor type of vibe, maybe for some of you as well. So yeah, maybe a professor or a teacher of philosophy in high school, or just that type of human who is just knowledgeable about these aspects of life and these topics, and just really likes to converse to people and talk to people about what they have read about religious studies, for example. All right, so let's get you some keywords now and some initials for your person. So for pile number 3, spirit, the future spouse. So pile number 3, future spouse, spirit. Future spouse for pile number 3. Okay, so let's see what we have. So we have fire here, so your person might be a fire sign, so Leo, Aries or Sagittarius coming through. We also have Leo already coming through here again, so yeah, strong Leo energy, strong sun energy. Your person might also be very good with children. They might also want to have a lot of children with you. I mean, not a lot, but maybe 3, which is quite a lot from my perspective, but you know, take what you like. But yeah, like going back to Leo here, like the Leo energy is very strong. The Leo energy is very magnetic as well. The Leo energy is also someone who likes to be in the center of attention, someone who likes to talk, someone who likes to be joyful and convey that joy to others, almost like the sun shining on other people, illuminating them, showing their light and mirroring their light as well. So that's the type of energy your person is going to be in. That's the type of energy that they are also going to bring out in other people around them. So yeah, they do feel like they're going to be someone who is in front of other people and who is in the center of attention most of the time. It feels like they're going to be quite important and are going to have quite an impact on other people, and they're going to enjoy this sense of attention when they are in front of someone, maybe giving a lecture or, you know, talking about something that they're very knowledgeable about or feel very deeply about. You also have sacral. So the sacral chakra is going to be something very activated in your person. So as said, they are going to be very passionate. They're going to also be a very sexual and sensual person. So your person might be really good in bed. I'm sensing here they might be very skilled in bed as well. They're going to be very passionate. They're going to also be able to connect with you really well in that sensual way of lovemaking, in the tantric way of, you know, feeling into each other's energies. Your person might also be in tantric sex here. Also, as I was saying before, we have walks in nature coming through, so your person is definitely going to enjoy walks in nature, especially at the forest, as I was saying before. We also have Pluto coming through over here, and this is making me feel like, yeah, they can be like what's guided by Pluto? I think it's Scorpio. Scorpio is guided by Pluto, right? I'm not sure. But yeah, Pluto is going to be a planet that is very strong in your person. But this is making me feel like Hades, god of the underworld, and understanding oneself, understanding one's shadow. So to me, this feels like your person in this lifetime is going to be someone who is going to be working on their shadow, working on themselves all the time. They're going to be someone who is very spiritual, someone who likes to work on themselves, and someone who also encourages others to grow and work on themselves as they do. So that's the type of thing that they are going to be very passionate about as well. So self-work, working on each other, communicating with other people, and, you know, making the unconscious conscious, basically, if I just quote Carl Jung here. They're going to be someone who is going to take pleasure and highs out of making the unconscious conscious from themselves and for others as well, which might in the end also lead them into the profession of a psychotherapist, as I think I mentioned somewhere in the beginning as well. We also have here the generalist, so number 7 Enneagram. Epicure is also going to be something that is resonating with your person here. So we also have the archetype of the innocent here. So safety, a spiritual journey, and ego is going to be something that's resonating with your person. So spiritual journeys, but also spiritual journeys in the realm of safety, in the realm of being safe and contained. They are still going to be quite attached to the ego here. But yeah, like they feel like they're quite an utopian person. They're quite a revolutionary thinker here, but still quite a traditionalist. So they're not completely revolutionary, you know, like destroy the whole system. Like they're more thoughtful. They're quite traditional as well, even though they are quite a dreamer. Like the innocent is an archetype that is the dreamer, that is the romantic utopian, but still a little bit of a traditionalist thrown into there as well. So your person does like that frame around their whole self, around their life. They do like that containment of understanding of where they stand, you know, and within that containment they then enjoy their romantic pursuits. They then enjoy to dream new worlds and think about new worlds. I'm also just getting a strong sense that your person might be a writer of some kind here, a writer of fiction or non-fiction. I'm not sure, but I just got a strong impulse and a strong feeling that your person might be a writer as well here. Okay, let's look at the initials now. So these might be yours or your person's. So we have the letter B, bibliotecary, I'm hearing. So your person might be someone who also likes to work in a library, someone who likes to be surrounded by knowledge. We have another B here. Again, I'm hearing Bob, Ben, Benjamin. We have V, which is Victor, Veronica, Valerie. What else is V? Weinstein. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just feeling into words here. We have also the Epsilon coming through. So your person is going to be quite a little bit different. It feels like they're going to have special pursuits, special interests, something that makes them really authentic and unique, something that makes them really stand out from the crowd. Like they're going to be very special in their own way. They're going to have this special aura, this gentleness, this calmness in their auric field that's going to just allow people to, in a way, soak in that calmness and that love, and that's going to also allow others to really relax around them as well. We also have E here, so I'm hearing Evie, Evan, Evelyn as well. So yes, entrepreneur as well, entrepreneur. So your person might also be someone who enjoys starting their own business, someone who enjoys to have control over their own time and how they spend it and what they want to do with their life. Alrighty, so that's all I have for you today, my beautiful pile number 3 for your a little bit shorter reading about your future spouse. So who will you end up with together? Who will you marry? I hope this reading resonates in a way. I hope it is at least fun for you to watch and is giving you some things to think about and consider about your future spouse. Maybe you already have some ideas who your future spouse might be or who this person might be that we have just talked about. So if you do, let me know in the comment section down below. I would be really happy and curious to hear about what you have to say. Also, if you like this type of reading, please give it a really big thumbs up down below and subscribe for more pick a card readings come in the future. Also, if you would like a personal reading, all the information about that is also in the description box below this video. So without further ado, I'd just like to wish you all a very good day, and I do hope to see you again in another one of my videos. Take care, everyone. Bye bye. Mwah. Hello, my beautiful pile number 4. So if you have picked the green Aventurine crystal, this is going to be your reading for who will you end up with, who will you marry, who is going to be your future spouse, and some of their energy, characteristics, their personality, and what they are like. So we're going to be looking at your person's personality, their appearance, so what likes to, or what would want to come through from spirit in regards to their appearance, and basically what their energy is going to be like, what are they going to be like in general. Alright, so spirit for pile number 4. Pile number 4 spirit. What's their future spouse going to be like? What can you tell us about their personality, their appearance? So pile number 4 is future spouse. So the people who choose the green Aventurine crystal, those are too many. People who choose the green Aventurine crystal spirit. Alright, so we have the dog coming through. What else? One more card, please, spirit. More card. More card, please, spirit. More card, please, spirit, for the green Aventurine crystal. Okay. Alrighty, so we have 3 cards here. We have the dog coming through for you guys. We also have, I'm just gonna make a little bit more space here for all the cards. We also have the boar coming through for you guys. So the wild pig or the boar coming through for you guys. I'm sorry, my hand is shaking a little bit because I have it in a weird position. The boar coming through here, and the bear coming through here. So, yep, this is the energy of your person. So straight off the bat here, like I'm getting the energy that your person is someone who is very loyal and someone who generally likes to take it slow in life. Like they have this energy of being contained in a sense, like being very calm, being very go with the flow type of people. They feel like they are very slow to move, slow to do things. They like to take their time. They're very much like an earth-based person. So your person might indeed be an earth sign. So they might be either a Taurus or a Capricorn or a Virgo that you're dealing with, but they do have also a bit of that Aquarian energy with the bear coming through here. They have that Aquarius type of energy of innovation and wanting to do something new. They might also like be a visionary here with the bear. So the energy of the visionary is something that is coming strongly through this card. Also the energy of Aquarius in general. So also a type of healing, a type of connection, also a type of new knowledge and transcending the knowledge that was gained so far. Is something that is strongly resonating with the bear here, but also like doing all of this in a very gentle manner, not rushing anything, not rushing any type of process, but instead just going with the flow, going with the process. So let's get deeper into some of the meanings of these cards and what type of feeling they are giving me, and then let's go into the tarot cards for you guys. So with the dog, I'm sensing like your person is going to be very loyal, like their energy is going to be very loyal. They're going to be someone who sticks with people for a very long time, someone who has almost like an unwavering knowing of goodness of people. So that type of knowing that comes from almost like pure goodness that everyone contains within themselves. So that type of feeling is going to be something that your person resonates with, it's the type, going to be the type of energy that they hold. So they're going to have a good opinion of almost everybody. They're going to be very trustworthy, very trusting also of the people, and you know, a very good friend. They're going to be someone who does get along very well with everyone. They're also going to be someone, I'm hearing here, that a lot of people know passingly. Like not a lot of people are going to know your person very well individually. So as they are in their personal life, they do feel quite private in regards to their personal life here with the boar and the bear. But with the dog, I'm sensing like they're going to know your person very well, just passingly. Like they're going to know, oh, that's that person. Maybe they have a job where they will interact or do interact currently with a lot of different people, so they are in contact with many people, but all of these people don't really know them in depth. They only know the surface level of their persona, so the surface level of their personality and how they appear to be, but all of these people don't really know them deeply in depth. And that's the type of vibe that your person is basically giving me. So the type of vibe that they are almost hard to get to know, but not really, like they are hard to get really close to at times and at the beginning, but as they become more and more comfortable around you, you get to know and uncover more and more layers of their personality, who they are, what they enjoy, and so on. And they turn out to be like really deep and really wonderful and interesting people here with the dog. They are also like very playful and very disciplined, I'm hearing. I feel like your person might be doing some type of community work or something for the community. They might even be working in the government here with the boar as well as the dog. I'm sensing like they have like maybe a job in the government or something like that. Like they do feel like they are a well-known person, almost popular, but I wouldn't say popular like very popular. They just have the name that a lot of people recognize and a lot of people know. They also feel like they take on a lot of responsibilities and are maybe overseeing a lot of people. So this might also mean that your person might be in a higher administrative job or like a manager job for administration or something similar. I'm getting like these strong administrative vibes, almost like, yeah, someone working for the ministry or someone working for the government here or a related institution. But this all feels very much like something that is someone doing communal work, something administrative, also doing things for the community in general. So they might be in the government regarding culture as well. They might be, you know, in the institutional parts of the government that oversee culture and education and similar aspects. So those are the types of people that we are dealing with here. But they do feel like they are higher up the ranks, that they are not just some type of a secretary or like an administrative worker just like that. They are someone who is very well known, someone who a lot of people know, but just, you know, by coming in contact with them here and there. So yeah, they might even be a director of sorts for some of you here, or some type of leader, some type of manager, some type of boss persona almost. But they do not have the boss qualities. I don't want to say that. They do not feel like a boss. They instead feel more like a leader, but also someone very disciplined, someone who leads by example. I'm hearing by spirit, someone who does by example as well. So they do work hard. Your person feels like they do work hard. They are very loyal to their job as well as their lifestyle, and as well as they would be in a relationship. Like they're a person who is very loyal. They are still a person who is very pentacly, someone who is very pentacle-y. So a pentacle aspect of the tarot. So yeah, with the Bear here, I'm also sensing like your person is very wise. They are very smart, even though that's not a part of their job. They do not shine in that aspect in their job, but they do have that part of themselves that is very spiritual, that is very connected to nature as well. Like your person feels like they are very impacted by the seasons, and they act accordingly to the seasons. I'm sensing like there might be aspects of themselves that tend to shine in the summer, so they might be more happy, more adventurous, more, you know, joyful, more willing to initiate any type of events or invite people over or have like large groups of gatherings in the summer times. But like in the winter times, it feels as though they prefer to spend that time with close family and close friends, and, you know, just take that time off to introspect and to reflect a bit. It feels like your person is very much, you know, guided by nature. They also feel like someone who really would enjoy spending time in nature. I feel like they are also quite, they have that almost daddy bod build, if you know what I mean. They have a bit of a belly, it feels like, but, you know, they are not fat or anything. They do have a good shape overall, I'm sensing by spirit. They feel strongly to have, you know, gray hair, light gray to dark gray. I'm saying gray, oh sorry, I wanted to say brown, but okay, spirit is wanting me to say that they might have some gray hairs as well popping up here and there for some of you. But yeah, what I wanted to say intuitively, what I wanted to say was that they have brownish hair, so that's the whole spectrum from light brown to dark brown for you guys. So that's one aspect of their appearance that's really popping up. Also, like their body is like they're strongly built, but they're not fat. They have a bit of a daddy bod, but they're not fat. I want to stress that. Like they have that muscular shape of the body, but they do not, you know, they're not super skinny, but they're also, you know, not overweight or anything like that. So yeah, what are they like? They are very caring of their own and of their family. They do take a lot of pride out of being a provider and doing things for others as well. Here with the dog, I'm reminded of the scenes and these little archetypes of dogs that they bring you, you know, newspapers and socks and things like that. And this feels like very much this person. So they like to take care of others. They like to provide others with things that they might need. They take a lot of pleasure doing that as well here, I'm sensing. Also, your person might have a bit of a sweet tooth with the bear here coming through. So they might really enjoy the sweeter things in life. They might have that little Taurus, you know, aspect of personality within them, where they really enjoy good food, good drinks, good desserts, especially the desserts I'm sensing, because, you know, bears really like honey and go to all means to get that honey. Like think of little Pooh Bear. And yeah, like they are like that. Your person is cuddly. They are very cuddly with the people that they trust, that they spend a lot of time with, and that they are loyal to. And also, like, they have a sweet tooth, that they have quite a bit of a sweet tooth here. They are very wise, but they are very wise in more practical matters, I'm hearing Spirit say here. So what else, Spirit, what else would you like to share for pile number 4? What is their person like? What's their future spouse going to be like? What's their future spouse like, Spirit? What's pile number 4's future spouse like? What can you tell us about pile number 4's future spouse? What's pile number 4's future spouse like, Spirit? Alright, so we have the 7 of Wands coming through. Yeah, I was sorry, wands. Swords coming through. So yeah, already getting like really strong politician vibes from this one. We also have the Eight of Pentacles. So your person is also very hard working here. They tend to spend long hours just working, getting things done, getting tasks in order. Yeah, what else? What else, Spirit? Pile number 4, Spirit. Pile number 4, Spirit. What can you tell us? What's pile number 4's person, future spouse like? What's pile number 4's future spouse like, Spirit? Okay, so we also have the Seven of Wands coming through now. What was I talking about before? Okay, and we also have the Magician coming through for you guys. Okay, so yeah, as I was saying with the Seven of Swords here reversed, I'm getting really strong politician vibes. So someone who does tend to maybe sometimes muddle up the truth, or someone who is a very sweet and suave talker, someone who can really also talk their way out of anything, someone who can really turn things around to their own benefit so that they, you know, don't embarrass the ministry or their department if something was wrong. So your person tends to be very good with words. This does not mean that they are a liar, they just tend to be very good at making things look like they want them to look in regards to their job here. This is maybe almost like a sneaky type of energy, but this is only in regards to their job, and they do feel like they are doing the best in what they are given and with what they are given. So sometimes your person knows that they have to, you know, tell a few lies or tell a few things that are maybe coloring the truth a little bit differently in order for the department or in order for things to turn out for the best for them and for everyone involved. So your person might be very good at using words, using, you know, rhetoric and conveying the message that they do want to convey to the public here. They might be also a very good public speaker. They know their way around words here with the Seven of Swords in reverse, I'm sensing. Your person is, as I was talking about before, also a very hard worker. As I said, they do tend to lead by example. They tend to be someone who is a very good worker, a very hard worker, very dedicated, very disciplined, and yeah, just overall a hard worker, someone who does work their ass off, someone who is there leading by example, you know, coming to work early, leaving late, and so on. So they are someone who takes their job seriously. They are sometimes also someone who tends to live for their job, so they might be a bit of a workaholic as well. They do take a lot of pride, and just working gives them also like a sense of satisfaction, like they are doing something for the community, that they are changing something in society, that they really do have some type of an influence here as well. So this is something that your person also really values, the influence that they have over life, the influence that they have over society, that they can change things, even if it's little, like maybe, you know, fixing a road or something, like issuing a concert or helping some type of a cultural event to develop and to have everything in order. Like those types of things are something that your person really takes a lot of pleasure in, and something that they feel like they are good in, and they really are very grateful for that as well. Like they feel like they're good at that, and they really enjoy doing that as well. They enjoy making sure that things are executed properly as well, and they enjoy just, you know, seeing something unravel in the physical that they helped build, that they helped grow as well, here with the Magician coming through. With the Seven of Wands here, I'm sensing like your person does have a bit of opposition sometimes as well, and they might be someone who is quite assertive. They might be someone who might be just not really, don't want to say aggressive, but they want to be a bit argumentative at times. They like to debate. Basically, that's what I'm saying. Like, your person likes to debate. They like structured debate as well. This is making me think of that character Amy from Brooklyn 99. So if you know that show, you know what type of a person I'm thinking of. So that type of argumentative type of person, that's actually quite cute. But overall, the underlying thing that that person enjoys is also like a really good debate, a really good structured debate where you can prove your points, and your person does take pleasure in that. They do get off on that. They do get off on debating someone, you know, when presidents have that type of debate, or when I don't know, some other government officials run for something and then there is a debate for, I don't know, prime minister or something like that, for the people to decide who is best or who would be the best for a particular job. And that's what your person really enjoys. Like, they enjoy the thrill of the debate. They enjoy the thrill of argumentation. They are very good at it as well. They're good at rhetoric. They are good at stating their points, and they get off on that. Like, they enjoy it. That's it. That's what your person is all about. So if there is anything else, Spirit, what else would you like me to share? So they want me to, they're showing me this intuition. So this is making me think like your person is also very intuitive. Like, they can really feel into other people as well. Like, they might be working in government and working in like an administrative job basically, but that also doesn't mean that they are not connected to higher consciousness and to higher realms of existence here with the intuition. This card is wanting to show up to let us know that they are also very feminine, that they are also very gentle, that they are connected to higher consciousness. As I was saying before with the bear, they are someone who is very much connected to nature as well, and they are able to really feel into nature, feel into other people as well, and what other people need. And that's also what really makes them so good at their job, what makes them shine in their job, because they have this good intuition, this good feeling into others, this good feeling into what others need and what is required and what should be built basically. So yes, let us get some keywords and some initials for you as well here. So for pile number 4, Spirit. So let's see what we have. Okay, so we only have 2 of these little words now, but a lot of initials. So we have walks in nature coming through for your person. So they might really enjoy walking in nature, having walks, enjoy spending time in nature, as I was talking before. And we also have the helper here. So this is the anagram number 2. So your person might really enjoy helping others. As I was also saying before, they are also very much a giver, someone who likes to give to others, someone who likes to give resources to others, procure and give different resources to others, you know, just enable people to have resources, enable people to have what they need in order to grow. So very masculine type of, divine masculine type of energy here, like allowing people to have the resources that they need in order to grow and develop more. All right, so we have for the initials, these might be yours or theirs. We have S coming through. We also have N. We have 3 E's coming through. Oops, like here. 3 E's. I'm again hearing even. We also have another S coming through for you guys. We have an M over here hiding in the H. We have another E, very popular apparently here. We have an epsilon coming through for you guys. We also have an O. We have an A with these little dots. I'm not sure how that is said. I think it's in German. And we have an A. We have an U. We also have a G and an A. So yes, those are your initials. These might be yours or your person's initials. I think we basically got all of the E's out of the box. So this might be a very big sign for you guys. You might be dealing with someone whose name or surname starts with an E here. But yes, this has been your reading, my loves, for who will you marry, who is your future spouse. I hope this reading resonated for you. I hope you enjoyed it as well. Let me know what you thought about it, or if you have already some kind of an idea who this person is for you guys. If you have already met them maybe, and you have like a hunch who this might be, let me know in the comment section down below. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more pick a card readings coming your way in the future. And also, if you would maybe like a personal reading, all the information is in the description box below this video. So also keep an eye out for a longer future spouse video that I'm going to be making in the future, maybe like in the 1 month's time. And yes, I'll see you guys in one of my future readings. Have a good day and bye-bye. Mwah.